Named by the Romans after the god of war because its reddish color is reminiscent of blood, Mars is the fourth planet in our solar system and is one of the most explored bodies in it. Mars is about half the size of Earth, with a radius of about 3,390 kilometers, or 2,106 miles, and is an average 1.5 astronomical units, away from the Sun, which equates to 228 million kilometers or 142 million miles. It takes sunlight about 13 minutes to reach Mars, which is 5 minutes more than it takes to reach Earth. Mars rotates on its axis in about 24.6 hours, similar to Earth, but takes 687 Earth days to orbit around the Sun, or 669.6 Mars days, known as sols, short for solar days. Also similar to Earth, Mars tilts on its axis to 23.4 degrees, meaning it too has seasons. The seasons on Mars are longer than those on Earth due to it taking so much longer to orbit the Sun, and they vary in length due to Mars's elliptical, egg-shaped orbit around the Sun, unlike Earth's seasons which last an average 3 months each. Mars has 2 small moons called Phobos and Deimos, which may be asteroids captured by Mars's gravitational pull, as they are potato-shaped, due to their not having sufficient mass to make them spherical. These are both named after horses that pulled the chariot of the Greek god of war, Ares. Despite it looking red, the surface of Mars is actually many colors, such as brown, gold and tan. It looks reddish due to the oxidation, or rusting, of iron in the rocks, soil, and dust on the planet. Whilst Mars is about half the diameter of Earth, it has approximately the same area as Earth's dry land. Mars is home to the largest volcano in the solar system, called Olympus Mons, and is 3 times taller than Mount Everest with a base about the size of New Mexico. It appears that Mars had surface water with what looked like ancient river networks, deltas, lake beds, as well as rocks and minerals on the planet's surface that could only have formed in liquid water. There is also evidence that Mars experienced major floods about 3.5 billion years ago, and whilst there is water on Mars today, the Martian atmosphere is too thin to sustain liquid water on the surface for long. Water on Mars is found today in the form of water ice just under the surface in the polar regions. The thin atmosphere on Mars is mostly made up of carbon dioxide, nitrogen and argon gases, which doesn't offer much protection from impacts by objects such as meteorites, asteroids, and comets. Occasional windstorms on Mars are strong enough to create dust storms that can take months to settle, and, looking at the sky from Mars, the sky would appear hazy and red due to the amount of suspended dust. Temperatures on Mars can range from 20 degrees Celsius to minus 153 degrees Celsius. There have been many exploratory rovers roaming over Mars and no life has been found yet.